Have you ever wondered how the people around you influence your thoughts, emotions, and your journey towards personal growth? Welcome to our exploration of a Stoic approach to identifying and understanding the types of toxic individuals that can significantly impact your life. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy rooted in rationality and virtue, offers profound insights into human behavior and interpersonal dynamics. The presence of toxic people in our lives can be more than just a source of stress or discomfort. They can actively hinder our progress, cloud our judgment, and disrupt our inner peace. These individuals often embody behaviors and attitudes that are in direct opposition to the values of wisdom, self-control, and harmony with the natural order, which are central to Stoic philosophy. By identifying these toxic traits and understanding their effects, we equip ourselves with the tools to make healthier choices in our relationships. This not only aids in our personal development, but also helps in cultivating a more harmonious and fulfilling life. Join us as we delve into the 7 types of dangerous and toxic people according to Stoicism, and discover how steering clear of these influences can be a crucial step in your journey towards a more balanced and contented existence. The Uncontrolled Hedonist. The uncontrolled hedonist, in the context of Stoicism, represents a type of person whose life is primarily driven by the pursuit of pleasure and immediate gratification, often at the expense of reason, virtue, and long-term well-being. This characteristic stands in stark contrast to the Stoic principles of moderation, self-control, and focusing on what truly matters in life. Hedonism, in its uncontrolled form, is marked by an excessive indulgence in sensory pleasures such as food, drink, and physical comforts, or in activities that provide short-term enjoyment but little lasting value. This pursuit often leads to a neglect of duties, responsibilities, and the development of one's character. It can also result in a lack of discipline, making one vulnerable to addiction and other forms of self-destructive behavior. From a Stoic viewpoint, the uncontrolled hedonist is seen as being enslaved by their desires and passions, lacking the freedom that comes from self-mastery and rational choice. Stoicism doesn't advocate for a life devoid of pleasure, but it emphasizes that true happiness and fulfillment come from living virtuously and in accordance with nature. This includes exercising restraint, pursuing goals that are aligned with one's inner values, and finding joy in the growth of one's character and wisdom, rather than in fleeting pleasures. Engaging with an uncontrolled hedonist can be detrimental to one's own Stoic practice, as their lifestyle and values might encourage impulsive decisions, distract from meaningful goals, and undermine the pursuit of a balanced and thoughtful life. The manipulative or deceitful. In Stoicism, the manipulative or deceitful person is viewed as antithetical to the philosophy's core principles of honesty, integrity, and living in accordance with nature. Stoicism, with its emphasis on virtue and living a life of good character, considers deceit and manipulation as harmful both to the individual who practices them and to those they affect. Manipulative individuals often use others for their own gain, disregarding the dignity and autonomy of those around them. This behavior is in direct conflict with the Stoic value of treating all individuals with respect and fairness. Deceit, a form of falsehood, is also seen as a vice in Stoicism. It disrupts the foundation of trust and authenticity that is essential for healthy relationships and a harmonious society. From a Stoic perspective, engaging in manipulation and deceit reflects a lack of self-control and a failure to live according to rational principles. Such behaviors are often driven by base desires or the pursuit of external goods like wealth, power, or status, which Stoicism teaches are not true sources of happiness or worth. Moreover, Stoics believe in the importance of developing inner strength and resilience against external influences. Allowing oneself to be swayed or influenced by manipulative or deceitful individuals can lead to a departure from Stoic ideals, such as acting with wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. It can also hinder personal growth and the ability to live a life that is true to oneself and aligned with nature. The excessively angry or vengeful. In Stoicism, the character type of the excessively angry or vengeful is particularly discordant with its teachings. Stoicism, a philosophy that values tranquility, rationality, and emotional control, views excessive anger and a vengeful mindset as destructive both to the individual and to those around them. Anger, from a Stoic perspective, is a negative emotion that arises from irrational judgments and an improper attachment to things outside one's control. It is seen as a temporary madness that disrupts reason and can lead to irrational and harmful actions. Stoicism teaches that events in themselves are not good or bad. It is our perception and reaction to them that matters. Therefore, excessive anger is viewed as a failure to understand or accept this principle. Vengefulness, similarly, is considered a toxic and irrational response. It stems from the desire to harm others in retaliation for perceived wrongs. Stoicism promotes forgiveness and understanding rather than retaliation. It teaches that the best response to others' wrongdoings is to maintain one's own character and integrity, rather than to be consumed by a desire for revenge. Engaging in excessive anger or vengeful thoughts disrupts the inner peace and equanimity that Stoicism aims to cultivate. It also hinders the development of virtues like patience, empathy, and understanding, which are central to leading a Stoic life. Instead of focusing on external events or the actions of others, Stoicism encourages individuals to focus on their own responses and choices, aiming to react with calmness, rationality, and a perspective that aligns with the broader view of life. The overly pessimistic or complaining. In Stoic philosophy, the overly pessimistic or complaining personality is seen as counterproductive to living a virtuous and contented life. Stoicism, with its focus on rationality, resilience, and acceptance, considers excessive pessimism and habitual complaining as obstacles to personal growth and happiness. Overly pessimistic individuals tend to focus on the negative aspects of life, often exaggerating difficulties and perceiving events as worse than they are. This outlook contradicts the Stoic practice of objective and rational judgment. Stoics strive for a balanced view of life, acknowledging challenges but also recognizing opportunities for growth and the potential for good in various situations. Similarly, habitual complaining is viewed as a surrender to external circumstances and a sign of lacking control over one's inner state. Stoics believe that while we cannot always control what happens to us, we have the power to control our reactions and attitudes. Complaining signifies a failure to exercise this power, leading to a victim mentality rather than empowerment. Both pessimism and complaining are seen as barriers to developing important Stoic virtues like courage, temperance, and wisdom. They prevent individuals from facing life's challenges with resilience and equanimity. Stoicism teaches the importance of focusing on what can be controlled, one's own thoughts and actions, and approaching life's inherent uncertainties with acceptance and proactive engagement, rather than with defeatism or constant dissatisfaction. The egoistic and power-hungry. In Stoic philosophy, The egoistic and power-hungry individual starkly contrasts with the Stoic ideals of virtue, humility, and the common good. Stoicism, which emphasizes self-improvement and contributing positively to society, regards egoism and an excessive desire for power as detrimental to both the individual and those around them. Egoism, in this context, refers to an excessive preoccupation with one's own interests and well-being, often at the expense of others. This self-centered attitude is at odds with the Stoic principle of cosmopolitanism, the idea that all people are part of a single, universal community and should be treated with fairness and kindness. Egoistic behavior can lead to a lack of empathy and a failure to recognize the value and dignity of others, which are key aspects of Stoic ethics. The pursuit of power for its own sake is also seen as problematic in Stoicism. Power-hungry individuals often seek control and dominance over others, driven by desires that Stoics consider external and indifferent, neither good nor bad in themselves. Stoicism teaches that true fulfillment comes from internal virtues, wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation rather than external possessions or status. An excessive desire for power often leads to unethical behavior, conflicts, and a neglect of one's moral character. Both egoism and a thirst for power are viewed as hindrances to living a Stoic life. They distract from the pursuit of personal virtue and the greater good, and they disrupt the harmony and cooperation that Stoics believe are essential for a well-functioning society and a meaningful life. The impulsive or irresponsible. In Stoicism, the impulsive or irresponsible individual embodies traits that are fundamentally at odds with Stoic principles. Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes rationality, self-discipline, and living in accordance with nature, views impulsiveness and irresponsibility as barriers to achieving a virtuous and meaningful life. Impulsiveness, in this context, refers to acting without forethought or consideration of the consequences. Such behavior is in direct conflict with the Stoic practice of thoughtful deliberation and self-control. Stoics believe that every action should be guided by reason and aligned with virtue, rather than being driven by fleeting emotions or unexamined desires. Impulsive actions often lead to regret, harm, or departure from one's ethical principles. Irresponsibility, similarly, is seen as a lack of accountability and reliability, traits highly valued in Stoicism. Being responsible involves fulfilling one's duties, being dependable in one's commitments, and taking ownership of one's actions. Irresponsible behavior not only affects the individual but can also have negative repercussions on others, disrupting the social harmony and cooperation that are essential in Stoic ethics. Engaging in impulsive or irresponsible behavior undermines the development of key Stoic virtues such as wisdom, justice, and temperance. It leads to a life driven by external circumstances and uncontrolled passions, rather than one guided by rational choice and a commitment to personal and moral growth. For Stoics, cultivating self-awareness, practicing forethought, and being mindful of the impact of one's actions are crucial for living in harmony with oneself and the world. The close-minded or dogmatic. In the Stoic framework, the close-minded or dogmatic individual represents a significant divergence from Stoic ideals. Stoicism, a philosophy that values reason, open-mindedness, and the pursuit of wisdom, views close-mindedness and dogmatism as obstacles to personal growth and understanding. Close-mindedness refers to an unwillingness to consider new ideas, perspectives, or evidence that challenges one's preconceived notions. This trait conflicts with the Stoic practice of continuous learning and self-examination. Stoicism encourages the examination of one's beliefs and assumptions, advocating for a mindset open to change and growth. Being close-minded hinders this process, leading to a stagnation in personal development and a lack of adaptability. Dogmatism, similarly, involves rigid adherence to certain beliefs or doctrines, often without sufficient evidence or consideration of alternative viewpoints. This goes against the Stoic principle of living according to nature, which involves understanding the world through reason and experience, not through blind adherence to dogma. Dogmatic thinking can result in intolerance, misunderstanding, and an inability to engage constructively with others. Both close-mindedness and dogmatism prevent individuals from fully embracing Stoic virtues like wisdom and justice. They inhibit the ability to understand the complex and ever-changing nature of the world and to respond to life's challenges with flexibility and rationality. For Stoics, the pursuit of wisdom entails a lifelong commitment to learning, questioning, and adapting one's views in light of new experiences and information, thereby fostering a more profound understanding of oneself and the world. Conclusion. As we conclude our journey through the Stoic perspective on recognizing and avoiding toxic influences, we hope you've gained valuable insights into how the people around you can impact your path to wisdom and personal growth. Remember, Stoicism isn't just about identifying negative traits in others. It's also about reflecting on our own behaviors and striving towards becoming better versions of ourselves. By understanding and steering clear of these toxic archetypes, we open ourselves to more positive and meaningful interactions that enrich our lives and foster our development. If you found this exploration enlightening and wish to continue uncovering the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and its application in modern life, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Here, we're dedicated to bringing you more content that illuminates the path to a more rational, virtuous, and fulfilling life. Subscribe now for more videos that delve into the profound insights of Stoicism and other philosophies, helping you navigate the complexities of life with clarity and purpose. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to sharing more wisdom with you.